why do I have to cover? It's not a choice, so you don't have a choice, you have to cover. But if you don't cover and you are practicing good Muslim, that does not mean you'll go to hell. But you have to cover. Why?
Okay, good question. Have you read a book called Beauty Sick? This book is very interesting because we have this false notion that when a woman takes her hijab off, she chose to take it off. I believe this is the biggest false fallacy ever. Are you telling me that as a woman, you choose not to wear the hijab?
Yes.
I say no. And I'll prove you. Let me tell you how. Are you telling me that the beauty industry, the females around you, the society that you live in have no effect on you and the way you are perceived? And that has no element on you that you may feel, because the book that I refer to called Beauty Sick tells you about women who are beauty sick. Their sickness is beauty.
Okay.
Which is what? When someone comes to me and says, I choose to wear the hijab, I'm like, please don't lie. You wear the hijab because Allah told you to. And now somebody comes and says, well, that's Islam is oppressive. And I say, well, no, hold on a second. Because the very women who wear mini skirts, who go get their breasts done, their backside done, their hips done, their nose done. Can you imagine? They smash their nose. Are you telling me these people go and say, I choose to? No, you don't choose to. You do it because the beauty industry, the standards that the society have put a bar on, you are trying to reach those at the cost that you can even lose your life.
Then your argument is actually null and void, because the same way that a woman will choose or has no choice to wear hijab, but also does these things to herself, and it's like, oh, that's not her choice.
Yes.
Then where do you meet in the middle?
Good.
Where is the choice?
This is where you meet in the middle. The point is this: nobody has a choice. Listen carefully. You have free will. You have a choice in what sense? Which one to follow? Both of them don't have no choice. The one who goes and gets a nose done and has makeup and can't leave the house without makeup, being in front of the window for 2 hours, etc. Okay, and the woman who wears the hijab, they are both told to do so. One is told to do so by the one who created her. Thank you. Now, 1 second. This is where it's crucial.
Okay.
Which one is deserving of being listened to? The one who created you or society?
If that is your argument, then of course it's your creator that has obedience over society.
So what have we learned here, sister, today? Both individuals have no choice. They are both told to do something.
Okay.
One is from the creator, one is from the creation. This is where I accepted Islam, because I said, hold on a second. And I'll give you this personal story. I used to have a jumper like this. It was a black one. I thought I looked really handsome in it. No, I genuinely thought I look very good in this jumper. I mean, I think I look very good. Maybe some people might differ. And I used to hate the jumper. It used to make me itch. When I used to be in the club, I used to itch, but I just hated it. But I was like, no, I look good. Yeah? I said to myself, you know what? I'm the biggest slave. This is my master. This jumper is my master. It's like girls who walk into clubs with this much heels, and they have to take you off in winter and it's freezing cold. Have you ever stood on pavement? And the thing is, I'm like, that is your slave. And just as me, when I was getting a jumper or driving a certain car or going to the gym, I'm not saying you can go to the gym for help.
So you're basically saying you'd rather be a slave
to the one who created me,
bigger than me, than
exactly.
to the society that
you know why? You know why, sister? Because the creation is never going to be happy with me. When I die, they're going to backbite me. They're going to talk bad of me. The creator is the one that's going to be with me. He's the one who created me. He deserves my worship. Why would I go and try to please a group of people that are never going to be happy with me? And the one who created me deserves it. And guess what? Once I became a slave to him is when I found my true freedom. And this is the key, sister. You know why? Because at this moment, that is when it clicked to me and I said, wow, all this life, my masters were females. My masters was a jumper that I used to wear. My masters was money. I used to live a lifestyle and do extra hours so I can drive a certain car. I used to go to the gym, yes, obviously for health reasons, but I wanted to have big biceps. So when I walk and wear that jumper, the girls can be like, wow, look at his biceps. I used to live, these were my masters. These were my gods. You know what I said? When I said La ilaha illallah, I said, I am free from all of you, because I want to worship the one who has created me. And this is where we say, sister, when we talked about choice, the one that takes a hijab off, look, we have a lot of hijab influencers who take the hijab off and they go, I chose to. No, you didn't. You're getting older and you feel like you're getting wrinkly and ugly, and you're showing the hair is beauty. And that is the reason why you chose. Don't say, I chose to. Say, I was forced to. Because sometimes we go into this mentality where we think the life I'm living, I'm free. You're not. You're influenced one way or another. Because why, as a woman, for example, the question is, and this is what's so beautiful about Islam. Let me tell you something. Before, I used to see women as a piece of meat. Wallahi, I had no respect for them. You know why? Because the society made me like this. And when I came to Islam, women, they became human in my eyes. Because Islam told me that you honor them, you respect them. It's not, what is she? You know, you're talking to her. You're not talking to somewhere else. The point is this, that women are sexualized.
So it's our fault, and we have no choice in the matter of, we have to protect ourselves because men can't control themselves.
No, I never said that.
Oh my
I
God,
never said
and women
that.
are sexualized.
I never said that. I never said that. Did I say that?
You said
No.
women are sexualized.
No.
Why are we sexualized? Because the brain of men can't separate it from it. Like
what does Allah say in the Quran? You know what Allah says in the Quran? Allah says in the Quran, tell the believing men to lower their gaze.
Yeah, they should.
1 second. Allah doesn't say women cover up because men can't control themselves.
So if men shouldn't be gazing and sexualizing
Yes,
and making
yes,
all of this,
yes.
then why do I
Yes,
have
yeah.
no choice
Yeah.
but to also cover up
No.
to protect myself?
No.
For what?
Listen to me. Allah says to me, tell the believing men to lower the gaze.
Okay.
That means if she's in a bikini, if she's in a niqab, if she's in a jilbab, irrelevant. I have to lower my gaze. I'm not going to say, she's wearing a bikini, man can look at her now. Or she's wearing a niqab. I have to lower my gaze, period.
Okay.
Now, that means this notion that men can't control themselves, that's why Allah tells you to cover up, is not true. Because Allah tells who? The believing men first. Tell the believing men to lower the gaze.
Okay, طيب.
Now, Allah works on a micro level. You know what that means? You're training your young boys to respect women by lowering the gaze.
Yes.
Now, how does Allah deal with it in a macro level? By saying, do not sexually objectify women. Now, if I am looking all around me and I see bikini women in there that's talking about chocolate, and I'm thinking, what's chocolate got to do with a bikini?
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing a woman over there, arguments say, dressed up in this way and that way. The society is sexually objectifying women. Look, I was watching a documentary yesterday. Yeah. It was talking about in the 1970s, Times Square in New York, there was a man who killed 80 prostitutes. And these women they were not human.
Yeah,
there was a study that was done that looked into a man's brain. They showed him women in bikini. The part of the brain that lights up for tool use, you know, tool use, screwdriver, lit up. You know what that means? He didn't even see him as human. The part of the brain was like, this is an object. How does a human being, and a lot of serial killers, you know how they had something in common? They all used to watch pornography. The point is this, men are created visually. If you sexually objectify women to such a level, men lose respect. This doesn't mean that a person has a right to go and abuse or rape or whatever just because a woman is dressed up in a certain way. There are women who are dressed up in hijab and niqab that get raped. The point is this, sister, everyone has a role to play. My role is I lower my gaze, but I would not also like you to, this woman, to be in my face or dressed up in a certain way where I'm like, well, I would not like to see that. The point is this, Islam deals with giving the responsibility to both. Allah is telling you, this is the best way to live your life. And I'm telling you, sister, there's a lot of things I had to give up when I came to Islam. A lot of things I did not want to let go of. But let me tell you something. Letting go of them, it made me who I am today. Islam is the solution. There is no other religion, I'm telling you. It might sound, okay, here we go. My religion is, I'm telling you, we can prove it. I'm not here to talk, I can prove it. Islam gives me purpose. I know my purpose, I know why I'm here, I know where I'm going, I know what to live by. But the point is this, Islam is the best solution. And guess what? You are going to live by a way of life anyways. And you already are. Live by the one that God sent you, because